Well, big tech getting crushed today. Charlie Gasparino has breaking news that could be bad news for big tech. Charlie.
Well, if you're worried about the stock market, David, there's four stocks you look at a lot, right? Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple coming under pressure and likely to come under more pressure once the Democrats take control of the House. What sources are telling the Fox Business Network is that Democrats are talking about holding hearings, launching probes into privacy issues involving these four companies. Again, Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple. The point people and the point committees on this, once the Democrats take over, is going to be, from what we hear, and this is as of now, it could change, once they get it all settled. But we hear the House Judiciary Committee and the House Energy and Commerce Committee are likely to be the focal points. And there are two people that I think Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook need to get acquainted with, and they're Democratic congressmen. One is a guy named David Cicilline, a Democrat of Rhode Island. He's apparently, as of now, the point guy, or going to be the point man, on the judiciary side and one of the subcommittees that may hold these hearings, or the full committee, we don't know. And a guy named Michael Doyle of Pennsylvania on the commerce side. So those are the two people that we hear from lobbyist sources who are talking to Democrats on the Hill as they get ready to take power. And those are the companies that are in the crosshairs. And I'll tell you this, David, the lobbyists I speak to who deal with these congresspeople every day say there is a degree of bipartisan support here for cracking down on privacy issues regarding these companies. Now, why is privacy issues such a big deal? Well, obviously, Americans are scared that Facebook, for example, I'm not saying they do it, but they misuse their customer data. They may sell it to God knows who else, profit from it. And that's an issue. Now, why do investors care about that? Well, if these companies, particularly I would say Google, Facebook, and Amazon, cannot resell, or if there are controls, deeper controls, more regulation on how they use customer data, well, guess what? That takes a huge chunk out of their earnings. Sure, so that's why these companies are on guard. And I'm telling you, David, the train is coming down the track once the Democrats take over. They have bullseyes out for these guys.
The interesting thing is, Charlie, is that there may be a kind of a realignment going on politically with Silicon Valley, because they used to kind of rely on Democrats. They'd pay a lot of money to Democrats in the campaigns, et cetera.
Absolutely right.
It now seems as though the Democrats are turning against them.
Well, I think what happened was the base of the Democratic Party, just like the base of the Republican Party, has changed. Remember, the Republican Party was all for free trade. The base now is very skeptical about free trade. That's why you hear Peter Navarro saying what he's saying. The base of the Democratic Party is worried about Big Brother, and they think these tech companies epitomize Big Brother. Now, in different ways. We should point out that Apple doesn't play the same sort of game that the other ones play.
Remember
Apple's
Tim Cook from Apple went after his buddies in Silicon Valley. Many people thought it was a low blow on privacy issues over in Europe, suggesting, in fact, that we should import the same rules and regs they have over there, which are much tougher than what we have here.
Now, why did he do that? Because Apple, as you know, if you have an Apple, which I do, and I'm sure you do, it's a different system. It's a closed system. And do they sell data third party? Based on my knowledge, not to the extent. They do track a lot of customer data. So they're kind of being brought into this as well. So, again, we have calls out. I put calls into every one of those tech companies. They have not gotten back to us. If they do, I will update this in the 3 o'clock hour with Liz Clayman. We put calls into both Cicilline's office and Doyle's office, and ranking members of the spokesman for the ranking Dems on the Judiciary and Commerce have not heard back. But this is a story you need to watch, particularly if you're an investor, because regulation, or at least, bad publicity is coming down the pike for these companies.
Very quickly, Charlie, what does your gut tell you? Are we going to end up with the same kind of laws they have over there concerning privacy right here?
I will say this. This is a bipartisan issue in some respects. The Republicans in the House, where a lot of investigations start. Remember, the House is a factory for investigations. The Republicans are generally more free market, so they laid off. But I'll tell you, Republican-based voters worry about this as well. So I think there's a chance that something gains traction here, and if it does. And like I said, we're hearing this as rumblings. I can't guarantee there's going to be a hearing come February 1 when the Democrats take control. But we're hearing they're leaning that way. They're talking about it. If there are hearings, the stocks will move. So be prepared as an investor.